The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen. Brought to you by Medine's Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Medine's. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Welcome. This is Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scouting Report. Got a great show today. Jennings High School. We've got two great men joining us that do a great job with Jennings. Been in the community, love football, love all the programs at Jennings High School. I just thought it'd be great to bring them on. They're also play-by-play, sideline reporters, you name it. They're in the quarterback clubs of Jennings. We're going to talk about history of Jennings, then, now, and in the future. Great program. Rusty Phelps has been there for a long time. And you can get the show. Go to YouTube to get the show or wherever you get your podcast. And we'll be right back with our first guest. You're going to love him. We'll be right back for Jennings.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see Medine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Hi, everyone. Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scouting Report. Today's show, as you can tell already, it's the Jennings show. A lot of history. We got two great men joining us from Jennings that are heavily involved with the school, heavily involved with the program, where it's raising money, their quarterback club. And we're talking about two devoted individuals that don't even have kids playing anymore, which is very rare. But our first guest is a longtime resident of Jennings, big supporter, Jim Segura. Jimmy, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
And your friend Ricky Edwards is going to join us next.
I was glad Ricky asked me to come. We've been involved in Jennings football for a long time.
You told me 1971?
I graduated from high school in 71, so the last year I played with, I was a starter for 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. What position did you play back in the day?
I played offensive tackle and defensive tackle.
Okay. Yeah. What was it like in the 70s? How was Jennings back in the early 70s?
Jennings was we weren't
solid.
Great. We were solid. We'd come off of Coach Harrelson, who had been a long-time coach who was really good, and then a series of coaches. We had a couple of superstars on our team. Yet we were 5-5. We were 6-4 my junior year, 5-5 my senior year. The quarterback for my junior year was Billy Broussard. I don't know if you remember the name, Billy Broussard.
I remember the name.
He ended up starting 1 year at LSU as quarterback.
Yeah.
He was probably the best quarterback, no doubt the best quarterback Jennings ever had. And I graduated with Brad Boyd, who was all ACC tight end.
And his grandson's now at Barb. Did you know that?
His grandson is at Barb.
And he's a heck of a tight end, Reed.
I did not know.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I know his son well. He owns a little restaurant in Jennings.
Okay.
He looks just like his dad.
Wow.
Brad still looks good. Brad was that athlete that wherever you put him, whatever he did, he was the best guy. In high school, he played tailback, and what he starred at in high school was free safety.
Okay.
So did Billy. Both of these guys who were just great athletes.
Well, his grandson, who's Reed, he's 6'3", 215, and runs 4.5 like
Brad.
Yeah.
Like his son.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. So
I'm glad I told you that, so you'll watch him this year.
I will.
Barb,
I will, because I like to follow that. Because, Brad was one of those guys that, like I said, could do anything, and yet, I'm going to tell you, a night I was really mad at him. And he'll know this, and he'll laugh about it. My senior year, we were playing Crowley High.
Wow.
And they are really, really beating us. And they had a defensive tackle Jesse O'Neill. I don't remember
You
other
remember
players'
him.
names.
You remember him.
I remember, yeah. I weighed 190, he weighed 240. About the second quarter, I go back to the huddle and Brad grabs me and says, "Why don't you block him?" I said, "I tell you what, Brad, let's switch places. You block him."
You block it. You go on LSU, you block it.
Yeah. Anyway, I had a lot of fun playing football. It was something my dad played at New Iberia High, but we moved to Jennings when I was 4 or 5 years old, and he must have immediately become a Bulldog fan.
Yeah.
Because he started taking me and my brother to games when we were 7 or 8 years old.
Because I told you when I met you, there's a lot of Seguras I've met from New Iberia, especially Catholic in New Iberia. A lot of Seguras have come through there.
Yes. In fact, the first game I started, my junior year, I just found out that week because of injuries I was going both ways. And you know what?
Whatever. Let's do it.
I was average on my best day, but I played.
Right.
Anyway, I didn't realize at the time how big a deal it was because my dad played at New Iberia High. We're playing Catholic High the first game I'm starting in New Iberia.
That's an emotional.
So to me, it's okay. We're
Just a
going
game.
near my grandparents' house, but to Dad, it must have been. All I know is, I fell on a fumble, and I was part of sacking a quarterback.
That was a big
family
for you. That was big.
All I know is the next morning I wake up, there's a $20. It's just 1969.
Wow.
There's a $20 bill next to my desk. On my desk, when I woke up, I'm thinking, my dad must have been betting with his buddies. I'm getting he was betting with his buddies from there.
Gave you a little bit of it.
Anyway, that's just some fun.
Yeah, from
that's a fun
the
fact
two
to me.
towns.
Yeah, from the two towns.
Being that I came later on, I remember Ronald McZill was a great running back at Jennings, and I remember Alonzo Manuel went to LSU, and then obviously the Etiennes coming through, and several that went to Tech. They had some good players that went to Louisiana Tech and McNeese.
Pookie Green. Back in the 70s, a lot of people went to Tech. Later on, they started going to McNeese and some other places. Yeah, over the years.
But the running backs that have come out of Jennings, it's incredible.
Every year, we have a good running back. Every year, we have a good running back. The luxury was that over the past 10 years, we've had the Etiennes.
Two great ones. I want to ask you about what you think of them as being a fan of the school and football.
Sure.
And also, Jimmy, being a quarterback club president in the past, and also Jefferson Davis School Board, sideline, everything with the school. We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Trez & Care Tire Company located in Central. Call 331-8144. Family owned and operated. It's 1971. That's 331-8144. Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host. Our guest from Jennings, Jimmy Segura, who is just an avid supporter. Graduate of high school at Jennings, 71. Heck, I was born in 70. Jimmy, thanks again for being here.
Glad to be here.
7-8 years, president, quarterback club, also Jefferson Davis School Board.
Right, I've been on the school board for a good while.
You do some sideline reporting for Jennings?
Sideline,
what's that like for you?
You know what? When they first asked me to do it, Ricky had done it before, and I know the guys that work the Friday night radio broadcast, and they asked me to do it, and I like being on the sideline. My son, as well as Ricky's son, are both team doctors, so they're on the sideline.
Okay, you're with them. Yeah, you're with them.
So we're kind of just hanging out on the side. I thought, why not use the microphone? And it's fun. You know what? You walk up and down, and every now and then they'll come down to you, and you might can give them a little tidbit about this or that or what's going on the sideline. I like it. It's fun. It was when I asked Coach Phelps about after my first year, I thought we were missing a little something. So I said, I call him Rusty, at halftime, can I stick the microphone in you? And he loves me to death. Sure.
Uh-oh.
And he is the perfect coach speak guy.
It worked out.
Coach, tell me about all you got to do is, Coach, tell me about the first half. Well, you know what? We've got to fix this. We've got to fix that. We've got to fix that.
Great idea.
But he's very willing after the game, win or lose.
That's good.
He's very gracious.
That's good.
And he waits. And anyway, it's fun to do.
I got a Jennings story for you.
Okay.
One that sticks out the most. And then Ricky Edwards is going to join us, another avid supporter. And I was in Lafayette, and you were probably there on the sideline, or maybe you and Ricky were probably there because y'all haven't missed many games over the years. But they were playing in Cajun Dome Stadium for ULL. It was a jamboree, Kiwanis jamboree, and it was Trevor Etienne's junior year. And I was on the sideline by Rusty. I would say about 10 yards from him. You always give that space.
Yes.
And Rusty came up to me, and I didn't want to bother him, but the game was about to start, and it was a jamboree game.
Yes.
And Trevor Etienne was getting the kick return, and before the kick was kicked, he said, "Lee." I said, "Dang, I didn't realize he talked to me right before the kickoff." He said, "Watch this." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You know what I've had at the school. That guy there, that kid is special." I said, "Before the night's over, I want to see what you think." Sure enough, the kickoff was kicked off. He went 90 yards. It looked like Burt Reynolds in the longest yard, right? And I was watching the kid. I'm like, man, he's got some special stuff. And then he was getting the ball. And Tyler Shelvin was playing in this jamboree. That's why I went, Northside, who finished at Notre Dame.
Right.
And I said, "Coach, at halftime," I said, "I'm not waiting till the game to end. That kid is the best player I've ever seen you have at Jennings." I said, "He's special." He said, "Well, tell that to LSU." And I remember that LSU didn't recruit him until his senior year. And then, the rest is history. Clemson had came in early. That's a true story.
Exactly true. The offensive coordinator for Clemson called Travis 20 minutes after they won the national championship. After Clemson won the national championship, called Travis.
Unbelievable. Were y'all at that game I was talking about?
We were at that game.
The Kiwanis jamboree?
At UL.
At UL.
I very, very well remember it.
And Rusty kept saying, "See, look what I told you. Look what I told you. Look what he can do. Look at this."
It's like Rusty said often, don't have the coaching. Can't coach that.
So
He's just got it.
What do you think of the younger brother now who's at Florida? I think he could be better than Trevor.
I would not have thought this as good as Travis was.
It's incredible.
Trevor is going to be better.
That's what I thought.
For a couple of reasons, and we talked to Rusty this morning about it, and we kind of knew this going along. He didn't get it off to a great a start as Travis, but what Trevor could do was pass block and catch passes from the get-go.
And power, more power.
And he has power. Travis struggled with pass blocking and catching passes when he first got to Clemson. They never asked him to because, for example, his junior year, our defense was not very good. Plain and simple.
At Jennings, yeah.
At Jennings. So we needed to score 50 points a game. Well, all they did was hand the ball to Travis, and he scored.
Yeah.
And so our defense was on the field thinking, come on, let's get a drive going.
Yeah.
So he was just so fast. But Trevor has power, has vision. Last year, he's the tailback. He's the best. If you put him on defense, he's the best guy. Third or fourth game into the season, quarterback goes down.
Comes in a quarterback. And you'd swore he never played quarterback before. Probably played in Big League. Just did it.
He picked up the veer and ran a clinic just by his observation of it.
Jimmy, you know who he reminds me of, just watching football a long time, is a taller version of Dalton Hilliard with a little more speed. He has those powerful legs, but yet he's not stiff.
No.
So when he cuts at 210 pounds or 215, whatever he is right now, 5'10", whatever he is, he looks like a little dynamic Cecil Collins, Kevin Falk / Hilliard type of back.
Yeah.
And for the Tiger fans, he's going to be for the Florida Gators. I mean, it's crazy.
I swore I would never pull for the Florida Gators.
Well, you have to.
I will pull for the Florida Gators unless they're playing LSU.
Right. I mean, he's a Jennings boy.
He's a Jennings boy, and he's good. He's a good kid. They're both good kids.
You want to come back one more segment?
Sure.
And we're going to hand the baton off to Ricky Edwards, your friend, and longtime Jennings supporter. Right now we've got Jimmy Segura with us, we're just talking Jennings football. We'll be right back.
Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Welcome back. We're talking Jennings football. I mean, it's really good to have a school right outside of Lake Charles. I mean, you go through Jennings to get to Lake Charles.
Right.
And I remember stopping in Jennings many times because in Welsh, I go to the Dairy Queen when I come back from Houston. I always stop there, but I always go into Jennings, and great community. I know a lot of people in Baton Rouge from Jennings. There's a lot of people that have come out of that area, and we're going to talk about that too when I have Ricky on. But let me throw this out, and just a little trivia. And I know that Jimmy's going to know some of these people, obviously. But here are some famous people to come out of Jennings. John Ginn, current member of Louisiana House of Representatives. A.C. Clemens was in the Senate. A lot of politicians have come out of Jennings. Cleve Francis, country music artist, early 90s.
I don't know that name.
Yeah, Charles Franklin Hildebrand, publisher of the Jefferson Davis
for a long
News.
time,
Eugene John Hebert, Society of the Roman Catholic Priest. Sir Lanka. I mean, this is Jennings, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And then June James, NFL player, not June Jones, but June James. Claude Kirkpatrick, House of Representatives, another politician. Edith Kilgore Kirkpatrick, another politician. Jennings businessman Dan Morse.
No, Dan very well. Coach Little League Baseball.
Gerald Thunison.
Tennyson,
Jennings banker. And former member of another politician. And Donald Ellsworth Walter, a judge, district court.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, and then Travis Etienne, Jacksonville Jaguars, soon to be Trevor with Florida Gators. Yeah. We talked about Brad Boyd, who had a great career at LSU tight end.
He really did.
And then the quarterback, Billy
Broussard.
Broussard. What do you think? That's a lot of people out of that small town.
Yeah. Yes.
What makes Jennings so unique to you, Jimmy?
I think like a lot, and it may be like this in other towns, I'm not quite sure, but a one high school town of that size, which is probably why Eunice, for example, is our rivalry. They're a one high school. No, they actually have two high schools, but we only have have one high school. We also have what I would consider one of the most unique stadiums around. And when I say unique, it's not a fancy stadium, it's an old stadium, but it doesn't have a track. It's nestled in some big oak trees by the old high school. It's not near the new high school. And when Ricky's coming on next, what Ricky did last year for the quarterback club was bring in ex-coaches, former coaches over the past 20 or 30 years. And to a man, each one of them said what an honor and pleasure it was to coach at Jerry Simmons Stadium, whether it be as an opponent.
Wow.
Or so it's
unique place.
It's a unique place. There's a lot of support. I can't speak about other towns. I can just speak about Jennings because that's where I've been. We support the Bulldogs.
And
we wear maroon. And
no track is unique because everybody has a track now. That gives a lot more natural feel, more grass.
Such a natural feel. They're close.
Yeah.
The fans are closer. So.
And look at the maroon and white, and there's the jersey, one of the jerseys. I was actually a maroon grad at Central High School. We were maroon, so it was the same maroon that you have. Before you go, Jimmy, I want to ask you, all the teams you've been I think you only missed 6 or 7 games in 30 years.
I've been to a lot of them.
What are some of the towns you've enjoyed going to for Jennings? Obviously, y'all are near Rain and Church Point and all those areas.
Eunice. I don't enjoy so much going to Eunice as I do playing Eunice. Always enjoyed going to DeRidder. It's been a good rivalry for us over the years. I can tell you the longest trek I made for a game with Jennings.
What's the longest one?
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill, Louisiana?
Spring Hill, Louisiana, semifinals. 1992.
Wow.
And we're down a touchdown. We have the ball. It's fourth. Well, actually, it's fourth and whatever. We had the what I would have considered then Lawrence Nixon, the
Another
best of
great
all
running
time.
back. Wow. You still think he was the best, huh?
I don't now. I didn't.
But back in the day.
I didn't think anybody could be better until the Etiennes came.
Wow.
But Lawrence could do everything also. Anyway, it's freezing cold, and I can remember being very frustrated. I turned around, packing up my stuff. Time to go. I hear the screams. Matt Viator called the hook and ladder, and Lawrence Nixon goes 70 yards for a touchdown.
Wow. Great high school football.
Most people think that's what got us to the Dome, not even realizing we still had a game the next week against Bro
Tell them
Bridge.
the year. That was an important
That
year.
was in 1992.
That was the state championship.
State championship year.
The last one, huh?
The last one Jennings has won. The state.
Matt Viator ended up becoming the McNeese State head coach.
Exactly.
Great coaching tree.
Great coaching tree.
And not long after that, it was Rusty Phelps. Not too long
Rusty
after.
Phelps took over for.
It's crazy, and he's still there. It's a little crazy.
And we love having him.
Appreciate you joining us, Jimmy.
Enjoyed it.
We're going to bring on Ricky. We're going to talk more Jennings,
Okay.
and also ask him some of the same questions. And I'm interested to see what schools he's enjoyed going to. And I enjoyed DeRidder too. I enjoy the Rain area to eat.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, Spring Hill is where Devin White played.
Right.
Devin White, and they've had 5 All-American running backs that came out of Spring Hill. The late John Stevens was also a Spring Hill grad. Thank you, Jimmy.
Enjoyed it.
Appreciate it. Jimmy Segura, we'll be right back. We're going to have more of Jennings High School. Ricky Edwards is going to join us. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see Medine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host, Sports Scouting Report. Remember, like YouTube. YouTube grows, we can grow. Our guest coming up is a big-time social media understanding, which I'm not. I'm trying. Our guy, Nolan Wagaspack, who is our producer, he knows all about it. I'm learning. But Ricky Edwards, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You're all about the apps and everything.
I'm still trying. I'm
Still
learning.
trying a little
I'm
bit.
learning. I'm learning.
Just retired. Congratulations.
Just retired. Thank you.
Policeman for a long time.
Sheriff and Jeff Davis for 20 years, and then Sheriff's Association for the last 10.
Commuted to Baton Rouge the last 10.
Monday through Thursday. Yes,
Back
sir.
and forth.
It was a good drive this morning. They got it open now.
They got it open, thank God. That work in Bro Bridge, Cecilia is kind of
They actually opened up the bridge in Bro Bridge, so it was nice.
Good.
It was really nice.
Good
this
to
morning.
know. Football season.
Hadn't traveled it in 30 days, but it's good. Yes, football season is here.
And them LSU fans coming in from Texas will like that.
All over the place.
All over.
That's it.
Jimmy joined us, did a good job. Your buddy Jimmy Segura. Ricky Edwards is joining us. Ricky, 41 years total, helping the program. 1978 grad of Jennings. 5 times Booster Club president. 5 different times.
5 different
That's
times.
loyal.
Well, I think that's maybe because I had 6 different boys, and
Yeah,
so they
10
just wanted,
kids, right?
10
kids.
children. My wife had them all, not me. But yes, and so I had 6 boys go through the program. So I think every time one came on, they wanted me to be the captain.
Play-by-play?
Do the play-by-play, the PA announcing. Used to do the sideline mic until Jimmy took over. So yeah, it was great. Great.
What's it like doing a Jennings game and Jennings doing play-by-play? What's it like for you? I mean, we talked to Jimmy about the Etiennes.
Yes.
And you've
yes.
got a chance to see
yes.
all of those games.
We've, I haven't missed many games. The play-by-play, the announcing is a lot of fun. We try to promote the school. We try to promote everything. Yeah. We're rich in football tradition, and we're just trying to continue it.
You get fired up, right, for it?
Oh,
I mean, I can tell. It's
I
in
get
you.
fired up. I do.
When does Friday hit you for games?
Usually Wednesday afternoon.
You're ready?
Yeah. I actually go through a script and stuff that I do. I download the rosters and put
studying
together.
it?
Oh yeah, I study it and try to get all of the different messages that need to be sent out, and then I help and hand over to the radio broadcast crew the same diagrams, the same sheets and stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll both know who's playing and so forth, especially for the opposite team.
Thank God for you, because when I go to games, it's not always like that.
I understand.
You're that guy that has the extra roster I can get sometimes.
I carry 10 extra
10 of them.
rosters just in case.
You're the one.
That's it.
Because coaches don't always bring them.
No, they don't.
Since 1978, you've only missed 7 games.
7 games.
That's incredible.
In and out, yes. Yeah.
On the road and home.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I asked Jimmy his favorite road games. Who did you enjoy the most on the road or have?
You know, as Jimmy was saying, Eunice is a good rivalry. Westlake is a great rivalry. Their facility, turf and everything.
They had the first one.
First one, and
Max, when Max was alive, the coach.
Coach Calderera
was
and my dad were in the guard together.
Come on.
In my senior year, first year, junior year, we beat them 2-0 on a safety. And the next year, my senior year, he sent word to us that the Bull Pups shouldn't cross the Calcasieu River Bridge, and we ended up beating them 3-0 that game.
Wow.
So, great coach, great facility. Westlake is a fun place to go.
I sat down with Max his last 3 years in his coaching. What a great guy.
He is very knowledgeable.
Miss him.
Yes.
And then also, speaking of Eunice, who's currently retired, Paul Trosclair did a great job
yes,
there.
yes.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be. He should be. I look forward to that.
Similar to Rusty, like always
You know,
consistent, great guy to the program for the kids.
Rusty is one of the finest people you'll want your children to be around in coaching, and well over 200 wins so far. He's one of the best.
Hope he wins a title. Love him to get one. I know he played for one not long ago. Hopefully he might get back. Maybe it's there, and if not, he's still done a phenomenal job. We're going to be right back with more about Jennings High School. We're having a good time. We'll be back. We've got 2 or 3 more segments to go. We'll be right back.
Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads and Care Tire Company, located in Central. Call 331-8144. Family owned and operated. It's 1971. That's 331-8144. Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours. Located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, host of the Sports Scouting Report. We have Ricky Edwards joining us, a phenomenal guy. I mean, what program wouldn't want somebody around since '78, since they've graduated, missing 7 games for high school? Now, you had a lot of boys play on the team.
I have 6 boys that played, and
Saw a lot of football with that.
a lot of football. I don't have any anymore, but I have a grandson that's in the 8th grade this year. They don't have enough to play football. They only have 12 going out, so they're going to play 8-man football.
Okay.
8-man, so looking forward to that.
And then he'll be a 9th grader in a year. So
Well, hopefully he'll be coming to Jennings High.
Jennings High School. I hope so.
That's it.
Not
That's
Notre
it.
Dame or somewhere.
Well, his sister's going to St. Louis right now, so we'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. Another rivalry of Jennings, but it'll be good.
And they're getting a new school.
Absolutely.
big
They
state
got a
art school.
great temporary facility that they're working with right now, and we'll be getting a new school soon.
And Coach Mathern is aggressive at St. Louis. He's from Belle Chase. We
Very
had him on
much.
the show. Speaking of Jennings, let's talk about the team a little bit.
Sure.
Ricky, Jaden Sagne was a good player that graduated. The O-line's got a good O-line this year. You got a big senior, 6'4", 6'5". Y'all got a quarterback coming back, but you said it might be interesting. Y'all might have a freshman quarterback for the first time.
It'll be interesting to see. We have a freshman, a true freshman, who is exceeding all expectations.
Rare.
And very rare. And we may be starting, it may not be the first game, but we may be starting a freshman this year at quarterback.
And the quarterback coming back, who's all district in baseball too, he could move to another position.
Moved to receiver and trying out at other positions and so forth, and it could be a great combo.
Even though Traver has graduated and he's off to Florida, no more Etiennes right now.
Not
There's
right
some
now.
great young backs coming up.
We've got some great backs that performed last year. We've got a freshman back that is going to be mixed into the assignment. We're going to be playing a lot of together football. We're gonna have to get together, but looking forward to it. Our center last year, Jaden Smith, who was a big guy, is actually walking on at Louisiana Tech. He was at our meeting a couple of weeks ago and had talked to the coach, and he's walking on at Tech, and we wish him luck.
I think he's a steal.
He's good.
There's not much fat on that kid.
Not much at all, and he's great, very active in FFA. He led to some national titles for Jennings in the FFA. Great leader, and looking forward to seeing his future.
6'4", about 285.
He's big guy.
Put together.
No fat.
Still learning. It's
Yes.
scary.
Absolutely.
Got another great player coming back, plays DN for Jennings, but I think he's a linebacker, Mike linebacker coming back. What do you think about the senior?
Abear?
Abear is phenomenal. Boy, he brings it.
Abear is enthusiastic. He is becoming, was a good leader. He's becoming an even better leader, and looking forward to watching him. He's a headhunter.
240, 6 foot, but can go.
Absolutely.
Reminds me of like even coach's son, Peyton Phelps, when he played. They're like your sons.
Absolutely.
Just tough kids.
Loves to play, loves football, and he smells it. He knows where to go.
Instinctive.
He does.
What do you like most about football, Ricky? I know you love Jennings, but and in the play-by-play, and you've watched your sons play, but we're talking about the field with Jimmy earlier, how the field's unique.
Very unique. When I'm not up in the press box, my seats are on the first and second row. Actually, I have both of them, the first and second row with my family. But what's really unique about our field is you're on top. You're listening to the coaches. You're listening to the players. On both sides, the opponent's side is the same, and it can be it can be terrifying for the opponents to come in and see that, but it is a great atmosphere for Friday night football.
I wanted to mention this, and I think this will hit home with people that grew up in the 70s and 80s like me and you and also Jimmy, is that what we're losing a little bit right now, and I hope we can get it back, is that we need our kids to say football is tough, but don't let that scare you from going out because of what it'll mold you. The best thing I ever did was play football in high school.
Absolutely.
I was not a prospect. I thought I was good because my dad was a coach. I knew the game, but I was never big, but I was fast. And I was like Jimmy. I was just a good player, and I ran track and did well. But the going through two-a-days and being pushed to the limits, high school football changed my life. It made me not quit when things were hard and tough. And football's tough.
It teaches you a lot about life, not just about football. My oldest grandson came home the other night and said, "Pops," he said, "practice football." He says, "When you do that," he says, do you almost feel like you're going to die?" I said, "Yeah." He said, and are practices this hard all the time?" "Yeah." I said, But why do you want to play football?" "Well, Dad and you and everybody else did. I just want to be part of that." And I think you're right. I hope that we continue that. He realizes that in the 8th grade, and it teaches you so much more. And I think that's why Rusty is such a successful coach at Jennings High, is because that's how he treats people. He teaches them not only the game of football, but the game of life.
We need to let our kids just go through that and not say, "Oh, we're sweating. I don't want to do that." You know, I mean, I remember in 1988, before we take the break, I remember, and it probably wasn't a thing to do, but we didn't get water breaks, and we were pushed. And we would finish a 5-hour practice back then. And I remember we'd lift weights an hour, then go run for an hour, and then hit for an hour.
Absolutely.
And when it was over, I was just like, this is great.
I'm coming back tomorrow.
Yeah, and I had friends for life and discipline, the discipline.
Absolutely.
Of I can do this, I'm going to work hard. Nothing like it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Ricky Edwards. And we're going to talk more about what he thinks about high school football and what we can do this year and all the good teams. If he has any questions for me on teams or vice versa for the Lake Charles area, we'll be right back.
Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom-tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scout and Report. We're talking Jennings football. I really get excited for this stuff. I hope a lot of our viewers, I know they do. Look, LSU, I think I counted it up, Ricky, and I did it for a business club I was in. There's 13 colleges in the state. On any given Saturday in Louisiana for home games, let's say there's 8 college home games, 8 Louisiana colleges. There are over 4 million people at football games on a Saturday. So football is still very important.
Absolutely.
4 million people between 8 colleges on a given Saturday in Louisiana.
Big number of people. It's like a religion.
That's the same population of the state.
Yes.
So they're coming in and going out, but LSU gets 100 and something thousand, the big games, and even the small games, they get 80 something thousand. Speaking of football teams, before we get in that, I want to thank Ricky because last year I called Jennings and we were trying to, since COVID and everything being a little crazy, to get the magazines out. And Ricky called us back and said, hey, I'm the president of the Jennings Quarterback Club. Yeah. I'll do the magazines for our people, and I appreciate you doing that. Last year you did it.
Yep, we're going to do it again this year.
Do it again, and anybody listening or watching, we do them at cost. So whatever it costs me to produce a magazine, that's what I charge, and y'all can sell them back to the parents and make some money and raise some money, and appreciate that. But we got a season in 2 weeks. I know you're going to be getting your studying, your sheets and everything.
Starting already.
Do you know who the Jamboree is going to be with?
So right now, I'm still not sure whether it's going to be the Thursday or the Friday. Okay. I think we've moved it to the Friday, which means I have to give up my Luke Bryan tickets that I already bought. Man. But I think we're going to be playing Manny.
Manny?
Yes, sir. Yes,
wow.
Sir. It's going to be a great game.
At Jennings?
At Jennings in the Jamboree.
Manny?
Manny.
I might have to go to that.
It's going to be a good one. We've got some friends of ours that moved from Jennings to Manny. We played Manny, it's been, when I say a couple of years now, that's probably 10, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But we played Manny, and Rusty actually graduated
Phelps
from up in that
Manny?
area.
I didn't know that.
And so we're excited to bring our friends back from North Louisiana down to God's country and watch a little football on Friday night.
The clock's going to go quick because they run
fast.
too.
Yes, they will.
There might be 5 passes thrown all night.
For both teams.
For both
You're
teams,
absolutely right.
Because Manny might not throw a pass.
And the game that I'm thinking that when we went up to Manny, they took the kickoff 101 yards and ran it back for a touchdown. We did the same thing the next one, but you're right. Good running games, good. Physical, 3 and out football.
Smash mouth.
Absolutely.
Right at you.
Absolutely.
You know what we're going to do.
That's it.
Who do you like, Ricky, not just on the schedule, but Lafayette, Lake Charles area, who do you like keeping up with?
Well, I try to keep up with all of our district teams, obviously.
You said Kinder's coming in.
Kinder is coming into 4 AAA. And, we have one of the strongest, in my opinion, the strongest districts as far as football. You've got Westlake, Iowa, St. Louis, Lake Charles College Prep, and Jennings, and I'm leaving one out. I'm trying to remember. Kinder's obviously in now. But great football all around. Across the river, you have Iota, Notre Dame, Cecilia, Welch in the lower classes, Elton, who used to be a powerhouse. Hurricane has hurt them a lot.
Al Woods is still playing.
Al Woods is still playing, and the Brookhouses from the Elton have grandkids and grandnephews who are playing. So
niece connection there.
Absolutely. And so we've got some great football. We were speaking earlier, you were mentioning different people who have come out of Jennings, but the football players, you had mentioned Brad Boyd. His grandson is playing at Barb. We're actually scrimmaging Barb this Thursday at Jerry Simmons Stadium. Brad, I grew up across the street from Brad. Next door to Brad was my brother-in-law, Ricky Edwards, who played for Tulane. We've had Melvin Adams, Donald Ray Augustine go to Tulane. We've had Cisco Richard, Marcus Martin, Brandon Kilpatrick.
Melvin Adams was good.
Melvin Adams was great.
Another running back.
Another running back. Lots of running backs.
McZill, like I mentioned earlier.
We've had Ronnie Landry, who was played at McNeese and ended up a little bit with Miami. We've had Demerit. We've had Carson Chasson playing for the Pokes. Carson Martinez, my nephew, playing for Northwestern. We've had a lot of backs. Not a lot of linemen, but we do have a few that come out.
Running back you.
Yeah, right. Not me.
No, but running
University,
back
yes.
Jennings High School.
Absolutely.
And Barb's going to have their best team in 4 or 5 years.
They will, and the connection there, I don't know if you know, but Rusty's son, Peyton, is married to Cottrell.
Really?
Yes,
Because
daughter.
the last time I saw Peyton, he was a coach at Rain.
He was coaching in Rain, and I'm not sure what he's doing now. I think he's back. He went into equipment sales, but I think he's back at Rain again. So
he's a good kid.
Absolutely.
He came up to me before a Dutchtown game against Rain, and Rain was outmanned. I mean, it was all freshmen. He said, "Lee, it's going to be ugly tonight." He said, "How you doing?" And I remembered seeing him. He looked the same.
Yeah.
And tall kid, was a good athlete for Jennings. Was
Great
a
kid.
tight end, linebacker, D end.
Absolutely.
6'2", was a great player. I met him as a freshman. I went to Jennings at 7 in the morning, back when he was a freshman in high school.
Wow.
And I said, "That's got to be your son, Rusty. Y'all look just alike."
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he said, "Yes, sir. I'm a freshman." It's good to see him in coaching.
He's back in it. He helped Jennings on the sideline, just standing there while he was going to school, but then came back and is now in the coaching profession in Rain.
You're trying to get the quarterback club as big as you can for support.
You know, we
you
are.
Want to mention that so people see it?
Yeah, we'd love to. We meet tonight. We meet on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock at Mike's Seafood. Last year we started something different. It was a lot of fun. We brought an old dog and an old coach back. So we had Kirby Brookhouse, we had Matt Viator, we had several of them, and we're having old football players come back. Last week we had the Hulseys, who were transplants from Texas. We had 3 boys, and their dad was the captain. We had some of the Solaris coming tonight, but they couldn't make it. So our old dog tonight is Jake Duhan, who is now, we were talking earlier on a previous about trainers, and he is one of the head trainers for Jeff Davis Parish. And he's going to be our guest speaker tonight.
What do you think of McNeese with their new coach?
I think it's going to be an interesting situation.
Coming over from Valdosta, Georgia.
I think they're rebuilding. The facilities are coming along great. I moved my last son into McNeese Friday. The dorms are still damaged but livable, and they took such a double lick, and then a flood the next spring. But I'm looking forward to McNeese football. I'm a Northwestern alumni.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and Ed Orgeron and Bobby Hebert were there when I was.
Mark Duper and all those guys.
Super duper, and great
I love
football
Natchitoches.
atmosphere. I love Natchitoches. I have 4 children that have graduated from there. Have not until 2 years ago had one graduate from McNeese. So it's a lot closer to home. So I'm picking up, I'm adopting McNeese football now.
And I know you know who Doug Ireland was.
Oh, yes,
He
yes,
just
indeed.
retired SID.
Absolutely.
I will be going through Jennings in about 2 weeks to go to Gros Savant.
Where is that? I don't know.
Right outside of Lake Charles, not far from Grand Lake.
Okay, it's down in Cameron Parish. Okay, yeah, okay.
And I'm going fishing.
Awesome.
And can't wait to go.
Love it.
Right before football. You can't go during football.
Can't go during football. Well, you need to stop in.
Yeah.
Need to come in on a Tuesday night. We'll introduce you. We'll get you to the quarterback club.
Yeah, man. And is there an email you want to give out to anybody that's interested or anything?
If anybody wants to come, it is JenningsQBC@yahoo.com is our quarterback club email address. And We'd love to have you. I think I might have picked up another speaker this morning with the coach.
Barrett Murphy, yeah.
But we're looking forward to having a good time. We're doing a lot of things. We had a gun raffle. We gave a gun away every day in the month of June.
Wow.
We raised a lot of money, and we're trying to get the quarterback club. It has not been non-existent, but we're trying to get them back to the day when we did things for the team other than just give them money to go on long trips and so forth. We're getting them active again, and it's a lot of fun.
What do you think of the fans on Friday night? Obviously, you're doing play-by-play. Sometimes you're sitting in the stands, but I mean, it's packed.
You know, football fans on Friday night, I think 4 million on a Saturday night. There's just as many on Friday night, again, in South Louisiana and in North Louisiana, because we went up to Sterlington, we went up to a couple of games in North Louisiana the last few years. Football is alive. Football, COVID hasn't hurt football.
No.
The crowds are coming back. They did decline a little bit, but they're coming back, and it's just nothing like being in a stadium on Friday night.
And I got to mention this. Out of that 4 million, 2 million are tailgate and not going to the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely. So that's something. The quarterback club used to do is tailgate before high school games.
Right.
And you're absolutely right. So we need to get back into that.
And the good thing about like an LSU game, especially when McNeese might be playing on a Thursday or Tulane on a Saturday and LSU's not playing open day, you meet people from all over the state that went to every college in the state at an LSU game.
Absolutely.
Tailgating.
Absolutely. Every university does it. I've had children at Louisiana College. I had one play at Louisiana College, Nichols, Northwestern, UL, and I have some friends that have been. I've helped tailgate when Northwestern played McNeese, but this year we're going to be tailgating with them all year long.
And now it's Louisiana Christian. Yeah, I got to remember to say that.
Absolutely.
Because I keep saying Louisiana College and Pineville.
Exactly.
We don't want to leave Alexandria out. We didn't talk about the Alexandria, and every now and then you'll get an Alexandria team. Menard's got a good football team.
Menard, we had a coach from Menard, Danny Reed, who passed away unexpectedly last year, who came and transplanted to Jennings and stayed here his whole life. You got Tioga, Gina,
Pineville,
Peabody. You've got great teams up in that area, and
Ash High School.
And Grant.
Grant High School.
Grant High School, the parish school. Just good football throughout this state, and I'm just blessed to be part of it.
Small towns around. You go into Monroe, the outskirts like Oak Grove, Winfield. You're talking about Union Parish earlier. We're talking about just all over. Even the Lafayette area, you get into Gaydon, right, and some of those schools.
And
Port Barry.
And during this time of the year, football season, you can stop and just start a conversation with a stranger.
They're ready.
They're ready. That and hunting will be coming soon. And so, but if you talk football, somebody's going to know something.
And people forget the parents at the game are not just football parents. There's the band.
Absolutely.
That might be 300 parents.
Absolutely.
And then there's the cheerleaders, and there's the pitons, and there's everything involved.
The cheerleaders, the jazzers, the trainers. You got the track people out there.
The student section.
The student section in Jennings is coming back. We've got a couple of teachers that have been promoting it. They're getting with me up in the press box, and we're trying to stimulate some of that. And I think we're going to have a good time this season.
Before we go, I got to ask you this, because this is what I love, especially a home game. You ever find when the band gets loud when the other team has the ball and they know when to do that?
Absolutely.
Do you help that a little bit?
I try my best. We also try to get the fans included in saying, come on, Bulldog fans, it's third down, let's go defense. And the crowds really do react.
Some people have like the towels, the terrible towels. Some people, it's not like Mississippi State where you have the cowbells.
Well, in Bulldog Stadium, we actually have the cowbells.
Really?
And, I'm one of the biggest ones.
I didn't know that.
I bring my bells all the time, yes.
It gets pretty rattly.
We can do it. And I start like a railroad crossing on the kickoffs every night. Yeah, we try to get it going.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we try.
I know Lutcher Bulldogs do it.
They sure do.
And
we played them in the playoffs a couple of years ago, and we had a little bell competition. It was good.
Well, I hope Jennings can win another state title before Rusty retires, and I hope it's not against St. James this time.
Absolutely.
It's not an NFL team they're playing. And I appreciate you coming on, Ricky, and I also appreciate Jimmy coming on. And
Thank you
it's
for having
nothing
me.
like it, man.
Nothing like football.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Lee. Appreciate you.
That was, Ricky Edwards, Jimmy Segura. That's what this whole fabric's about. That's why that's what I live for outside of my family and God is, football and sports and communities. Hope you enjoyed the show. Check us out on YouTube. Again, like YouTube. You'll get all the future shows. Next Monday, I've got the starting quarterback from St. Aug in New Orleans. They have 14 D1 seniors.
Wow.
They have 5 senior backups that'll sign D2 or 1AA. That's how loaded they are, Ricky.
That's amazing.
And then we also had Barrett Murphy show will be coming up this week as well, and y'all got a chance to meet him before the show.
It was awesome.
Great man. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Burkeen.